All right, hi guys. I wanted to come on here. This is Ms. Yachty. I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to come on here for this part of the lesson because I just can't help myself. I love the periodic table. I'm a big Mendeleev stan. Um, so we're gonna go over the periodic table, all the information that you can gather from it, and we're gonna start with what does every single rectangle on the periodic table is called an element key tell you. Okay, so for every element known to man is included on the periodic table. So the top number is going to be the atomic number. Okay, this is the same as the number of protons. We'll go over this later, but just for now, write down atomic number. The letter below the atomic number is the element symbol. It's just an abbreviation of the name of the element. Then below that is the element name, and below that is the atomic mass, so how heavy it is. And remember, the mass, most of the mass of an element or an atom is located in its nucleus. So this is really the numbers of protons and neutrons. Okay, so if I'm going a little faster, you feel free to pause the video, but please go ahead and write down atomic number, element symbol, element name, and atomic mass. Okay, so this is for each element. Now let's look at the periodic table as a whole. All right, so I'll go ahead and go to the next page on your packets. So the periodic table is arranged by atomic number, and there are, as you can see, columns, so up and down vertical, and rows side to side horizontal. So the first thing I want you to do is write the word groups in this configuration, so GROUPS, one on top of the other. And so groups are your columns, they're up and down, this is why I wrote groups in this configuration, and you're going to write down the number of each column, 1 through 18, at the top of each column. All right. So there are 18 columns on the periodic table. And what the groups on the periodic table they're columns that tell you the number of valence electrons. We've not gone over valence electrons yet. We will later on, but this is just a little preview. Now, those are the columns, and you also have side-to-side horizontal rows. The rows are called periods. There are 7 periods on the periodic table. These again are side to side. So in period 1, you just have hydrogen and helium. Then period 2, you have lithium all the way to neon. Period 3, you have sodium all the way to argon, and so on and so forth. You may notice that there's these 2 random rows down here. Now technically, these actually belong right here. See, this is barium is 56, and this is 57. And then here we start at 72, and this goes from 57 to 71. These should actually be just smushed up here. And the reason why they don't do that is because genuinely this is the reason it wouldn't fit on a piece of paper. So they literally just kind of took these 2 rows and put them down here just so they could fit on a piece of paper. But technically speaking, these are just 2 giant rows. So these are still, you can put a 6 and a 7 next to the 57 and 89, 6 and 7. And so what a period is the rows on the periodic table that tell you the number of energy levels in the electron cloud. Now, you don't really know what energy levels are, you haven't talked about that yet, but electron clouds are the area around the nucleus where the electrons live, and they surround the nucleus. All right, and the next we're going to talk about is these elements are kind of grouped by their properties. Okay, so, and this is what I want you to use this key up here, is I want you to color the groups of these 3 different groups, the metals, the nonmetals, and the metalloids. You do not have to use the same colors that I am using. So I have colored all of the nonmetals in the color orange. So that's hydrogen up here, and then carbon through neon. This whole group 18. So go ahead and pause this video and color your nonmetals and then label your key. Next, we have the metalloids, and the metalloids are kind of like an in-between between a metal and a non-metal. And so this little staircase down here are all the metalloids. Again, you don't have to use the same colors that I used. You can pick whatever color you want. Go ahead and pause the video and color in your metalloids. And lastly, we have the metals. And again, you don't have to use the same color that I used. Go ahead and color in your metals and make sure that your key is completed. Okay, now notice, what are most of the elements on Earth? They are metals, followed by nonmetals, and then we have the fewest of metalloids. So that is it for this periodic table labeling.